The Tennessee Titans currently sitting atop the AFC with that first round bye win, and that is locked up. They get a week of rest, another week for Derrick Henry to continue to ramp up and potentially be ready for the playoffs. They're traveling to Houston to take on the 4-12 Texans. Tennessee on the road is favored by 10 points over under 43. Titans here obviously have a ton to play for. Win and you secure a home field bye. Texans really don't have anything to play for, so this is just another situation where there's no reason the Tennessee Titans should not win this football game.
Yeah, you're right. And Titans secure the first round bye. So I'm sure they're going to be deploying all their starters and trying to get the win. So did you mention Derrick Henry is starting, or is he?
No. So he's there's a possibility that he comes back in the playoffs, right?
So he's practicing.
Yeah. So if they win this game, they get one extra week to just completely rest everybody and Derrick Henry to ramp back up. So.
Gotcha. As far as the game goes and the Texans, Texans are a pretty streaky team. They beat teams like they beat the Chargers this year. They beat the Rams.
I think the Texans. Didn't you take the Texans as survivor pick against the Jets like week 1 or 2 and they won?
I don't think so. The Texans actually broke my heart because I picked the Titans over the Texans, I believe. No, that was the Jets.
No. So you did take the Texans week 1 against the Jets.
That's right.
You're like, this is the only time you can take bet against the Texans.
That's true. That's true.
So they've been streaky. Davis Mills is a decent quarterback, so I wonder if that's going to be a threat to the Titans. But the Titans have a pretty good defense as well, so it's going to be a tough matchup for them.
Dude, let me tell you why Derrick Henry is a system running back, okay? Hot take. Titans running backs have combined for 223 carries and 996 rushing yards since week 9, okay? Derrick Henry led the NFL with 219 carries and 937 rush yards from weeks 1 to 8. So that's halfway point, right? Mm-hmm. A little bit more on the running back side, but it's identical. The numbers are almost identical. So although we see like Foreman coming in, and Hilliard coming in, and McNichols coming in, and we're just like, none of these guys are startable in fantasy, blah, 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 blah. But if you just combine all their stats, it's one person, and that's Derrick Henry. So they're finding ways to create a Derrick Henry when there is no Derrick Henry.
Interesting.
So that's very admirable. And why that system works is because Ryan Tannehill has 5 quarterback wins with fewer than 200 passing yards this season. So they are not shying away from their philosophy. They're still pounding the rock. They're still doing all the running back things, and that's why they're succeeding. They're not deviating away from what's winning. Little some plus things on the Texans side. They've won 2 of their last 3 games after starting 2-11.
Shout out Houston.
Yeah, sure. Anish Panskota. We got to get some Skoda vibes on this podcast soon. Yeah. But, and then one more thing that's pretty important is that the Titans have averaged 24.4 points per game this season, which is the fewest among the 11 teams that have clinched the playoffs so far.
Wow.
So it's just, I've been saying the Titans are weird. They can beat anybody, and they can also look like they can be beat by anybody because they don't have that high-powered throwing offense. However, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown look like they're coming in shape, and they're getting Derrick Henry back, and now the Titans are freaking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. 2 things. Yeah, it's clear that running backs can succeed in the Titans system because the way that they run, however their run scheme is, their offensive line's great. They literally game plan to run the ball down your throat, regardless of who's playing, right? It's, like similar to like the 49ers and teams that we know just give off that vibe. But the biggest thing is obviously going to be Derrick Henry is a monster himself, right?
Course,
so it's just insane to think that a team that lost their best player by far,
maybe the best player in the league,
maybe the best player in the league, a perennial MVP, still manage is basically a win against the Texans away from clinching the number 1 seed, right? That's fucking impressive. Mike Vrabel, shout out to him, right?
Absolutely.
Shout out to that organization. I mean, he should probably be coach of the year. I mean, I know there's other candidates, but like what he did there is so impressive to me.
Absolutely. No, I firmly believe he should be coach of the year. I don't see. You can compare like LaFleur because he had to overcome some things here and there, but you cannot overcome what the Titans have been overcoming.
Yeah,
it's just impossible. Like teams, I can think of every other, like maybe 20 other teams that would just crumble and die. Yep. And they're about to be number 1.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. No, it's definitely impressive, especially when you lose Derrick Henry and figure out a way to still win games. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, but that offensive line, that run offense is just that good that they can do it.
Yeah. So again, I expect the Titans to take care of business there. Admirable season. Shout out Davis Mills again. I think he surprised everybody in the football world. Very under the radar rookie quarterback that really was not atop anybody's draft boards. And so far, maybe outside of Mac Jones, he's probably looked the most impressive. So interesting thing for the Texans moving into next year with the uncertainty with Deshaun Watson, and if they think Davis Mills warrants a possible further look for a future quarterback. So should be interesting. Jumping into the next game.